enter to the Jurassic Park theme song. It's just the best way to enter a room. So whoever came up with that, thank you. I'm going to play that on my iPhone whenever I walk into any room. Sorry, I stole your microphone. I'm a microphone hog.
It's a dramatic entrance and kind of the slow action walk run.
It deserves some slow motion walking.
So you're also in great company here. How was it having your name thrown in with Tarantino there? That was pretty cool for you, I would imagine.
I can't believe it. And you know, I know Michael because he's my friend, and I know that he's an extraordinary producer, but seeing that reel and seeing what you've accomplished, Michael, it really is, I got goosebumps many times, and especially when my shots came up, I got really good goosebumps. But no, but seriously, it's an honor that you believed in me like you've worked with some of the greatest filmmakers alive, so from my heart, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for believing in me.
Talk to me about collaborating again on Wish I Was Here.
Well, you know, I had such a great time working with Stacy and Michael. Stacy's Michael's partner, and on Garden State, we just had such a wonderful experience. So this time it was a no-brainer that I would go to them first, and unfortunately they liked it, thank God, because that's always awkward when they don't. But I met with Michael, and Michael, you can tell your side of the story, but we just had lunch, and they had just read the script, and it was so clear that they were the right people to produce Wish I Was Here.
Simply, we got the script, I went home and read it. 2 hours later, I told Zack. First of all, it made me laugh out loud. My wife asked me why I was laughing so hard. And then I called him and said we want to do it. There was no hesitation.
Yeah, and such a wonderful cast. I have to hear about working with the fabulous Kate Hudson, of course, and just how it was on set and your fun times.
Well, you know, we shot this film. It's weird doing a Q&A before you've seen the movie, but imagine it's great. We shot the film you're about to see, which remember this when it's done, because it'll be more impressive after you've seen it. But we shot it in 26 days, and I only had Mandy Patinkin, who plays a very large role in the movie, for 4 days. So it's great to have these extraordinary actors who are not only wonderful at what they do, but have the ability to move so fast. Oh, good. Turn off your phone. I don't know how you say that in Swiss German, but pretend I'm saying it. It was great to have a cast that was not only good, but that could move at this pace, because you really don't have time. You know, sometimes you hear stories about, oh, it took us so long to find the part. We don't have time for you to find the part. You have to show up having found it, because we had to make the movie so quickly.
I love it. And then, of course, there was a lot of publicity and excitement around you using Kickstarter.
Yeah.
How did you decide to do that? And I know you made the Kickstarter, what was it, a year ago?
Yeah, well, the idea, any filmmaker, maybe not, well, even someone at Quentin's level, you know, the uber A-listers are faced with compromises. That is to say, you know, obviously, the higher up you go, the less compromises. But, you know, the amount of days you have, you know, time is money in film. So every day is so expensive. So when we were faced with this film and going out and getting financing, we were introduced to all the many compromises that we'd have to make, and that's just the status quo. That's what happens. And right as we were having these conversations, the Veronica Mars story broke, that they had financed that film. It was the first film to be financed on that level by crowdsourcing. And I have just an incredible, loyal fan base. And my producer, Stacey Sher, was the first person to have the idea, and she said, you know, this could work. You know, if I put in my own money and we crowdfunded it, we could make the movie with no compromise, with nothing that didn't feel right to my brother and I. And so the goal was to raise $2 million in a month by offering early screenings with a Q&A, T-shirts, set visits. One woman had a line in the movie. I did outgoing voicemail messages. I did marriage proposals. I did anything, and I proposed to more women. I did anything and everything I could, and signed. My signature's, sorry if you have one, it's worth nothing, because I've signed everything that anyone can sign. And so that was the pitch. And our goal was to raise $2 million in a month, and it funded in 48 hours. So it was pretty extraordinary, right? So for better or for course, I hope and pray that you love the film, of course, but for better or for worse, it's the first film released globally on this scale that's been made in this way.
And of course, I love hearing you talk about your work with BuzzFeed and future filmmakers. What advice could you give to those in the theater, perhaps, on what to do to get to work with someone like you?
It's not someone like me as much as, you know, have a vision, believe it, and just make it. You can all go out and make stuff, and make it in a way that pleases yourself, and someone will discover you.
Well, before we screen your film, everyone wants to know, what are you working on next?
Sleep. I have this new film called Sleeping in the Fetal Position. Also, this suit fit me so much better before I toured Europe. I did a tour of Europe and ate half of Europe. You know, to be honest, I worked so hard on this film, and then releasing it, of course, with the Kickstarter obligations, I had made promises to 47,000 people, and I've literally, like, just finished fulfilling all my many promises. I also was simultaneously blessed to be doing Woody Allen's first musical, Bullets Over Broadway, on Broadway at 189 shows in a row. So I really am only standing because of the cocaine that I did on the way here. I'm just kidding. Don't put that on YouTube. I really am exhausted is the joke, and so I'm going to rest for a while, but I can't wait to get back to work. By the way, in our film, we have a flying robot who looks very much like this trophy. So when you see the flying robot, just chuckle to yourself, not out loud, don't disrupt your neighbor, but you'll say, he was right, that does look like the trophy, or the icon, I should say.
Well, speaking of the film, I do believe it's time that we should all watch it.
Okay, great.
So thank you both so much, and congrats to you.
If everybody could get together in the middle. All right, ready? 1, 2.
Awesome.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed the film.